There we go. It's that one. And that one. G'day guys, welcome back. And today, well, yesterday we kicked off with the Lincoln pick, which I've just chucked a cheeky coat on this morning. Not anything too exciting, just a UV coat and just a little bit of transparent texture for a bit of fun. Hello, I can't pronounce your name, but it's lovely to have you here. To kick off today though, I'm starting with the one I wanted to finish last time, but instead I left off. But today we're going to do it. Today we're going to do it. And it is our cowboy pick. I'm going to add the cowboy colours into it, see if we can't adjust it a little bit and see where that takes us. The cowboy painting. Hello, Pink. Nova said it's been a while. It has been a while. It's been one hot minute. And you know what? I say a hot minute a lot, but I've got no idea what a hot minute is. Please excuse, you finished your painting, Violin Learner. This is very exciting. Okay, apron. No, never an apron. I say a hot minute a lot, but I've got no idea what a hot minute actually is. So that's wild. But anyway, there's no time like the present. We're going to kick in with coat number one on this. It's wild, it's free. I've put a liquid coat on top of it, liquid glass thing. And now it's flattened it off so I can add in new colours and new moments and new textures and new details without getting caught up on what was previously there. And yes, if the filter's a little bit annoying, I've got a little bit of a filter going which pulls the colour out of the background. So if it looks like the stand is standing out a little bit, stand is standing out, then it actually is. How wild. Now I don't understand why that keeps wanting to rotate a little bit, but it tends to, so there we go. You're in position now, team. There we go. Alright. I'll stop stalling. Just like anything to talk about everything before I touch the canvas. Here we go. Alright. Might actually stand back a little bit on this one. Here we go. And I've got Lincoln watching over me down the corner here to make sure I don't make any mistakes. But there's no guarantees of such things. I know I got some studio time booked, but I couldn't find a D. So as I land these strokes, they are not being impeded by the underlying coat. It came out great. Yeah, so Pink, I was on it this morning. I don't know if you caught my very early yarn, but I was just saying, I was adding in I was doing some foiling on it. So in certain areas, like the negative white space, I've foiled with a matte colour, so they'll fall back, and the areas where we painted will pop forward with their gloss. So there's been a little bit of method to the madness. I'll take some up-close photos once it's dry, so that foiling makes a bit more sense. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Hello, Gary. Great dog. And then I am completely undecided, Pink, on what I'm going to do about the frame. And I'm thinking with the frame, because I can't go for any sort of colour, because if I go for a colour, it's going to add a 17th colour. So we can't do that. So it can't even be like an ochre coloured frame at all, nothing. It's got to be, yeah, titanium, a carbon black, titanium white, or no colour at all. Or silver, we can do silver. We might do silver actually, that's pretty wild. BGB, hello there. No, I don't know, I think I just admitted to it on a live painting channel to 84 people who will like nothing more than to track me down and call me up on it one day and be like, hey, that picture of Abraham Lincoln that's sitting in your garage, I know you lied. I know, I was watching the live. All those years ago, 20 years ago, I was watching you on that live. You lied to everyone. How dare you continue to have a social media following? Then you said articles on TV, Sebastian Gower cancelled for lying on a stream years ago, claimed to use 16 calories, definitely use 17, counts confirmed. Seb, people use selfie sticks really need to take a long look at themselves. That's true, C4 Chad. Personally, I thought selfie sticks were some of the silliest things on the planet. And now, I think anywhere you can take a selfie stick, you should. They're very convenient. If you don't want to drop your phone, use a selfie stick and it won't end up in a puddle. Do you know what's not as stupid? Do you know what looks more stupid than a selfie stick? Going to get your phone repaired and then telling all your friends they can't contact you for 2 weeks because you didn't buy Apple Care and now your phone's going through the usual warranty process and then it turns out it was water damage anyway and so you have to buy a whole new phone and you don't want to branch out the most expensive Apple phone, so you end up taking the step back and everyone's wondering why you bought a new phone that's a 10 and not a 14 and all you needed to avoid all of that was a selfie stick. So it's on you. They're literally looking at themselves. Yes, this is true. This is true. What was that there? I missed it. Something. But hello, Maximilius. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, that's right, Patrick. Yeah, no relation. Yeah, unfortunately, what a nice guy, but no. And the bakery. Hello, Chris. Always a pleasure, my good sir. And hello, Jordan Peter. Hello, hello, hello. Nova, thanks for the seal. Appreciate you. And Nova, it has been a while. It's been a while. But it's good to have you back. Life gets busy, don't worry. I get it. I get it. Thanks, Maximilius. Appreciate the corgi. Appreciate the little corgi. How many people are here? Hello, Frederick. So, Frederick, the YouTube one has very few watchers. You are all by yourself.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Siri, settle down. Who asked you to come into the picture? Shoot. How rude of you, Siri. Sometimes she just jumps in. It's very hard to tell when she's going to leap in. What type of paint am I using, Chris? It's going to be, I think we've heard that. Ah, yes, thanks, Pink. I am going to do some outdoor sets soon, though. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I'm going to do some outdoor sets soon with oils. So when I do use oils, I use a mixture of oils and acrylics. And the reason why I use both is because they don't mix well together. And thanks, Nova. Because the viscosities are different. One's oil, one's water, and so they'll actually merge across the campus in all sorts of crazy ways, mixing with each other, but not across mediums. So very fun. That's a fun one. I like the owl. And I think the owl was almost appropriate because it's 5 p.m. here, which means it'll be disastrously late for some people somewhere in the world, especially the ones who usually join at lunchtime and end up finding out that the channel is bada bing bum boom. End up finding out that. Sorry, the ones who join at lunchtime would be, it's even later for them now, 5 hours more. My favourite little paint is back. Hello, Gabriel. You've never tried using oil paints before, you should give it a go. But use it with some sacrificial brushes because it'll destroy all that it touches. That's what oils do. Ba-da-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-dum, dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Da-da-dee, da-da-dee, da-doo, da-da. Painting cowboys. There we go. Welcome to the team, Oliver and James. I am currently in Auckland, the northern part of Auckland, at a little art studio, having some fun on the dot of 5 o'clock. And what's my favourite art movement? Good question. My favourite art movement's probably standing like this. So one toe faces the painting, the other one's on a 45-degree angle, and then an aspiring position, coming forward, touching, disengaging, mixing the paint, and doing little tags like this. This is my favourite art movement, just like that. Like a boxer landing little jabs on a canvas, one after another. That's my favourite art movement. Do you like, he's alright. He's alright. I'm a Van Gogh friend through and through, but hey Danny, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm a Van Gogh boy through and through. I like Picasso. Who else do I like? I like all sorts of people. Oh, that's exciting. Hello. Alright. Guys.
I go get to get them.
Alright, thank you very much. This has just come back. Who's ready for a reveal? Let's get this off here. Come on out of here. There we go. Woo-wee. This isn't how they ship, by the way. This is, thanks guys. This is, make strict gel, say hi to Fiona. If that's an inside joke, I'm on the outside. But, oh, we lost connection. Are we still here? Unstable connection? Good connection. Good connection. Good. Alright, here's our wild husky in all directions here, looking silly. This is what we're working with here. Blah, blah, blah. Beautiful dog. So this is our second one. It's got its own unique personality compared to the original one, which was Cassie's Joy. This husky here looks a little bit more silly, but also has a different colour palette. Has those more like salmony colours and more arctic colours through it. So as the other one comes off really, really warm, this one comes off quirky. So that's the two differences there. And now let's bring out our other one, which is over here too. Happy with that one. Great little fun picture. The viewing up close and far away. Quite a thrill. Anyway, this one over here. This one's done differently. So I don't normally do frames like this, but this one's quite cool because it's deeper than usual. And some of you who are following the way of painting not podcast, what do you call it? The way of painting broadcast on Instagram thought the reveal was Abraham Lincoln as our July painting. This is the reveal of our July painting. So you're going to see this one prior to anyone in the broadcast seeing it. If you're part of the broadcast, what happened is I told everyone that I wanted to do a painting for July, and I wanted to do something special, and I asked them, do you want to see a flag, do you want to see a historical icon, or do you want to see a famous person? Anyway, everyone overwhelmingly came back with about 500 votes on historical figure. So I chose Alexander the Great. And the reason I chose Alexander the Great is he is actually very well known for not being heterosexual. In fact, he was far more into males, and although most people know him for his conquering, he is a very, very famous person to be our historical figure for July. Now, let's spin it around and have a look. Here's Alexander the Great. This is our work here. So let's bring this up here. So, we have sheen level there, a fair bit of there. This is a nice juxtaposition, in my mind. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate that, mate. So, anyway, this one here, there's been a couple of inquiries around it. Now that I have it back, I need to do just a little few things to it. But largely it's finished. I need to cost it up and send back some messages to those inquiries. And it may have a new home, or it might be on my wall. I would like this one. So much buffering today, really? That sucks. Is that really a thing right now, Victoria? We're supposed to have good Wi-Fi. Do you know I pay an obscene amount per month for Wi-Fi? And it buffers. How dare it buffer? Your tour guy. I'm sure there's far more things that are amazing about you and your personality that you can identify with apart from being tall. But you know what? If you'd like a painting, get in touch with me on the link in the bio and maybe we can do a commission. Anyway, Alexander the Great, really fun painting. This will not be the last statue. I love how this Roman looks. Not a Roman, sorry, he's a... Where is he from? I love how this style of statue looks, and so I want to do some Roman ones, like some emperors. I want to do Augustus and I want to do Julius, so they're in the pipeline. Anyway, let me get this out of the way. We're supposed to be painting here, not showing off paintings that are finished. Here we go. Put this one over here. In love with that. So that was like an early spoil there. That's pretty fun. And everyone else will get some spoils coming up in tonight. So I'll release that onto the broadcast channel and everyone's going to be like, oh, thanks for doing that, because I thought you were saying that Abraham Lincoln was your historical figure for July, which is, yeah, unconfirmed. Hello, Savannah, how you doing? And is that Seb? It is Seb. Now, did I miss the yellow on Abe? No, you didn't, Kyle, because we never put yellow on him. We didn't put yellow on him, we're not putting yellow on him. He's a 16th president. 16th president, 16 colours. Once 16 colours are on there, we're not touching him again. Well, we could touch him with any one of those 16 colours, I suppose, but we're not going to. This painting here, though, on the other hand, hey Curio team, how you doing? In terms of below there, God, where's my trail of thought going to? It's all over the place. In terms of the colour palette on this one, we can use 32 pigments. And we're going to mix them as well. So we're going to probably land on about 64, maybe just shy of 100 shades. I saw some questions about the camera there. I'm on an iPhone. So, and I've got a little thing connected into it so I can read the comments from a distance. So that's handy, because I'm pretty blind. And it's kind of convenient for me, my back and my neck, rather than having to go like this over and over again to read the comments. I can just glance here, and then glance here, and then keep doing what I'm doing. So that's really nice. I really appreciate technology when it works. But also thank you to everyone who persevered with it not working for a long time, because the process of learning how to make the technology work was longer than you'd think. Cheers, Savannah. Speaking of camera, is it possible to get a zoom on this piece? Not just yet, Victoria. It's real messy up close. I'll show you what I mean, actually. It's not fair. I'll zoom on this piece, Victoria, show you up close, show you how wild it is, and show you why we put the glass coat on it, so we can sort of recalibrate texture and things like that. And then, I think so, there's some comments coming in here on Bada Bing Bang Boom, YouTube, about Alexander the Great, blah de blah, just a bit of love. Oh, Macedonia. Yes, that's where Alexander's from. Now we're talking. Right. Let's just try and not make everything fall over when we zoom in here, because all these cords are sort of intertwined. But if we come in here, absolute mess up close, guys. Absolute mess. Colours bouncing off each other. Really, really messy. Really, really messy. And then when we zoom out, there's just a few little things where the scale's not in the right place in those messy brush strokes. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our focus on actually, let me zoom back out again, sorry guys. Woohoo! Out we come. We're going to put our focus on actually recalibrating where those tan colours are, just to sort of pull the whole thing into the right place. Yeah, and actually I was doing a post on that recently, guys, about chaos and paint by numbers. What I was talking about this morning, ooh, we're still zoomed in, hello. What I was talking about this morning, maybe I want you about there. How's that? Is that suitable? That's suitable. What I was talking about, spilling coffee, embracing your weaknesses. My weaknesses, I can't do paint by numbers. I can, my hands can do it, but it drives me insane. And so, embracing the fact that I want to steer completely clear of paint by numbers and pursue something crazy and wild, don't consider your lack of ability to stay within the lines to be your weakness. Consider that as your strength and see where it takes you. Hello Paul, how are we doing? Yeah, so we definitely want to make sure that the colour palette in this one has them Wild West vibes. We want those Wild West vibes. Wild West vibes. Bono, ba, ba, ba. And again, we'll just layer it up. Just layer it up. That actually comes across more than we've given it credit for so far. There. And that comes to there. Perfect. Love the painting of Lincoln. Lincoln's fun. Lincoln is fun. We're probably going to do another one of Lincoln actually too, in a bit of a different wild colour as well. See where it takes us. Oh, sorry guys. Frederick's feeling ignored on YouTube. But I'll tell you what, Frederick, sometimes it's hard to see the comments on YouTube. If you want to leap across onto TikTok, I will have your back. Because it's just so small. Unless there's a way to actually make comments bigger so I can actually read them as they come up. I don't know. Not really. Not really. There we go. Slip that in there. Oh, double live again? Nah, not a typical double live, Victoria. Just the YouTube filming to get the replay onto from TikTok. So YouTube's literally just filming what's going to be on TikTok, if that makes sense. And I think that's a good way to have it. So that way anyone who's missing out on the time zones can catch it somewhere. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But no, not doing the old Instagram TikTok. That's just too hectic. It's just too hectic. Because there's 100,000 people on Instagram who feel like they get ignored. 100,000 people on TikTok who get ignored. And at the end of it, I'm tired and everyone's unhappy. So it's just best you give that good quality, undivided attention. There we go. Are you a lefty or a righty? Kyle, I am a lefty. I'm such a lefty. I'm like a 94% lefty. I cannot use my right hand for anything. Complete and utter fool when it comes to using my right hand. It's 10:37 and I'm sitting in the back of my Jeep watching this cool guy. Alright, alright. He's in the back of his Jeep. Good place to be. Good place to be. It's been a while since I've been in the back of a Jeep. Me and my family have always been the Land Cruiser types, Toyota. Good old reliable Toyotas. There we go. We are a rare breed. I like how I explain the process of calibrating will define a painting. Calibrating will define a painting. I forget what that conversation was about, but don't get me wrong, it sounds like fun. Keep life. Yeah, I do agree with that. There we go, a little bit of this. And then I'm going to grab this, unscrew the top, pour this into here, bada bing bong bong, and have a big old sip. There we go. Water tastes a little funky. Ba da bum bum bum, ba da bee, ba boo ba. Yeah, you do have to hydrate. This is true. So important. Strangely important. Hydrating reminds me a little bit too of vitamins, and that we all know we should take vitamins, like that we should have vitamins, whether they be in pills, whether they be from fruit or veggies or whatever, and yet we don't. We all know we should be hydrating, and yet we don't. It's like we just don't want to do what's good for us. Yeah, stay hydrated, team. Stay hydrated. Drink that water. There we go. Perfectos. Go on little sips. One at a time. One after another. Is it frozen for anyone else? I'm not sure why it's freezing, guys. Are we back again now? Phone call probably? You're buffering quite a bit tonight. That's really, really annoying. I'm not sure why it's doing that to your team. Do we have our visuals back now? We're back now. Jeepers, you're gone for a while. That's niggly, guys. I'm sorry about that. And what the worst part is, I've got no idea why it happens to you. So, good morning, Sharma. It's a good name, Sharma Louise Mellors. Let's get some of this in here, and then in here. And if I every day I look across the office floor. There you are, your legs onto your knees and your legs onto the floor. Leggy blonde, goodbye, goodbye. I'll never get to be with you. I'll never get to share another cup of tea with you. Leggy blonde, goodbye, goodbye. Wait a minute, you're a Kiwi. You can wait 2 minutes because yes, I am. I am born and bred Kiwi. Trace my lineage back 5 generations here in New Zealand. Then after that, you go back to Cornwall, somewhere in England. Then after that, who knows? There's a theory though. A theory that goes that my family, the Gower family, are descendants of pirates. And if that's true, you're watching a pirate paint cowboys, which is a pretty novel time to be alive. Do you know the Kiwi dance? I've never heard of the Kiwi dance, but I've heard of kiwi fruit, which is a delicious snack full of vitamin C. And so, if you're compelled by the I've got no proof of that, Victoria. It's all rhetoric and rumours that come through the Gower family tree. So, how would you know? Hello from Florida. I look like Finn. Is that Finn from Adventure Time? I haven't got the hat, but... Bum 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 bum. Painting these barrels red. Do 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 do. It's a pity Steve isn't here, but that's okay. The replay will exist. You're Native American. That's cool, Kyle. All right. I don't know that my grandpa's cousin is something is married to Michael Caine. Ooh. Married to Michael Caine, eh? Now we've got some celebrities in the room. Ba, 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 ba. Let's get this all the way down the jacket here. Perfect. Hello from Virginia. Hello, Maribel. Maribel. Diana. Gamilo. Have a good one. I'll see you later, Frederick. All the best, mate. Get a good day or a good night's sleep, whatever you're up to, wherever in the world you are. Crazy. You know, we are buffering every now and again, but it is sort of cool how we can be on different places on the planet and be connecting immediately. Is it a manga cowboy? It wasn't meant to be, but it could be. Do you want it to be that? It's art. Art's subjective. It can be your manga cowboy. It can be someone else's pot of flowers. And someone else's whatever. It's okay. How did you get into painting? This is a good question. I did it from a young age. I was a little bitty boy. Little bitty fella. And I did it, and I did it, and I did it, and I did it, and then I stopped doing it in my early 20s because I started to resent the process a whole lot, the grueling process that wasn't fun for a result that would give you something that you didn't really like. And then I got back into it because I started painting for me and making art that only cared about how it was made, not what was made. And I found my love for painting again, pursued it in abundance, and now it's what I do. It's what I do. This is how I do it. And we meet up here and have fun. That is the go. 2 a.m. Oh, Frederick, you are late. You did more art today, Kyle. Good to hear. Good to hear. Do you paint portraits of people? I have Abraham Lincoln here, and I have Alexander the Great here, and then I have 2 cowboys here. So you've basically got all the points of zoom of a portrait. You've got the first one, which is Abraham Lincoln right up close. You've got the second one, which is Alexander, which is a whole torso piece. And the third one, which is pulled right back to see 2 characters and a horse in a genre piece. So yes, I paint people. See you later, Victoria. Thanks for coming on, and I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry for coming on so late. How deeply unfair of me. Hello from Texas. All my exes live in Texas. Is that one song I love? You love Texas, that's the one. Hell yeah, so do I. Dun 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 dun. La da 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 da. You're good. Alright, Victoria. We will catch you on the flip side. All the best. Do you love Texas? So do I. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Do dee da da da. What about back home and down the and I want some of that aquamarine blue. Are we back? Or are we still unstable? You love Texas, so do I. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Bum 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 bedo, ba ba da bi da boo. Lam bum ba da 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 do. Yeah, we're back. I'm sorry about that, guys. Who knows why that's happening? Someone far more intelligent than me knows what's happening there. Such a good song. Why so laggy? That's so niggly, guys. Why is it so laggy? Let's try. Do you love Texas? Did our connection improve, or are we still just jamming out the whole time? That's the question. There we go, mix that in. Chuck that across there. And then we're going to dabble up in here. It's getting hot in here. Do, 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 do. We're using paint in here. Da ba 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 ba. La da dun dun dun, do dun dun dun. A B C, as easy as 1, 2, 3. Lingo like that. I don't quite understand that lingo. I understand the ABC. What's that Michael Jackson song? A B C 1, 2, 3, dun dun dun, baby you and me now. How do you decide on your colour palettes? It's a little bit Wild Westy actually. You can go in all sorts of different directions with it, but I typically like to start with something dark. And you're like, everyone does. Well, no, you can do it however you like, but typically I'll start with dark. Sometimes if you're feeling in the mood, start with something light, but start with dark, with a fast drying layer, and then I'll push into, I usually like to get to blue next, but we've been going through a bit of a pink spree recently. We've started with the magenta, brilliant magenta, and see where that takes us. But at the end of the day, there's really no rules to it, because when you're doing something wild, primal or refreshingly crazy, everything that turns it into a Loctite system just brings it one step closer to being a craft and one step away from art. We don't want that. We want wild, loose, crazy craft, and so we'll do anything to keep that. Do you love Texas? So do I. Dun 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 dun. Ooh bum bum ba dee boo dum ba bum bum bo da doo. Do 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 do. La ba dum ba da ba ba. Let's get this right in here on the fence line. Perfect. And then we'll track a bit more up through here. That roof all sorted in there. And then across. Fantastic. Perfecto. Alright, and there's a cloth here that will start to capture. Then down through here. Making good ground. There we go. Alright. Come back up. Let's step back and have a little look-see at that. Okay. Okay. Hello, Dean Golding. I'm going good, thank you. So do I. It's a dun 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 dun, la da da dee dee da. Okay, switching off the blues, going to a Mars Black. Just kidding. Hello, G. CG. Did you manage to finish the other painting that's like this? the other painting that's like this, it may be this one, in all honesty. It's hard to know. You love Texas, so do I. Da da do da 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 da, loop da ba da. Cowboy and Child. I think he had a cane. Oh no, we haven't finished that one yet. Good question. Good question. No, we have not finished that one yet. That's been a multi-layered, crazy, wild, topsy-turvy process, that one. In all the best of ways. There we go. I used to live in Houston, Texas for 15 years. Now you're talking. It's a good amount of time. There we go. Just like that. What about the fossil table? It's still being worked on at the studio. It's getting its coat put onto it, so thickening it up. Once that's done, we'll take it back and assess what happens next to it. Some of these projects have severe drying times, so we're dabbling with that. There we go. These darker areas start to show up into it. I want to start buying from independent artists, that's why I'm asking. Yeah, absolutely. The best thing to do though is to get in touch, jump on the link in my bio and get in touch, and tell me which ones you're interested in. And I'll keep you posted on their progress, because what will tend to happen too is they'll change and become more beautiful or less beautiful to you personally. And some things you'll say, oh my god, that's becoming exactly what I want. And other times you'll be like, ooh, that moves away from what I thought I wanted. But that way, if there's one that really does speak to you, that you think actually this fossil table or this cowboy with the hat painting, you say, this is the one that actually, this is what I'm talking about, this is what I'm after, this is my goal, then I can just subtly pull that one away from the eyes of other collectors. So you can have that priority. How can you even focus on your own life? Matt Brody, how can you even focus on your own life? That is a great question. How do you focus on your own life? And honestly, it's tough to answer. I think that one thing that I learned probably that changed the game for me at a young age was I learned that art wasn't a matter of making money, because if it became a matter of making money, you would default onto any other career, which would be better and easier to do it. But if you saw art as you just try and make money so you can do your art, it's different. The philosophy is different. If you get involved in that philosophy, then what would happen next is you'd realise that putting food on the table for yourself and buying your art supplies and things and selling art, all of that is to perpetuate making art. That's why you're doing what you're doing. Cheers, Jacob. Rockwell Stan. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Rockwell Stan. I think the problem is I've actually lost my glasses at the moment. So, but this is a sort of painting with a lot more detail in the background and small angles and little strokes. That actually, this is perfect for wearing glasses, but we're not wearing them. So, ooh. That is Abe in the background in 16 pigments, so he's the 16th president. That was Victoria's idea, very fun. And then, could you paint Crash Bandicoot? That is an absolutely fantastic request for starters. Absolute champion. I have painted Crash Bandicoot, and I have painted Spyro. I love doing those old school games. I grew up on those. Ooga Booga, that's the one that would be amazing. Having a big canvas the size of Abe Lincoln is Ooga Booga. That's what we'll actually, I'll tell you what. Let me print some things off and maybe we'll do an Ooga Booga just for a little practice run. But we'll see. Knowing what you did from prevent to happening, knowing what you didn't prevent from happening to... Look, Matt, I can't understand that, but the thing that does make it quite challenging for me is the capital letters, you know? I think we use capital letters to try and increase our clarity or to get more attention. But sometimes it's the quiet voice that actually embraces us more that we can hear clearer. So I really encourage, really encourage, if you're trying to get a point across, to say it as calmly and as relaxed as you can, because that builds trust with the person you're talking to as well. I like that. Do you use a brand to seal it? Yes, but I chop and I change, so I can't tell you exactly what it is, not because I'm trying to be sneaky, but because it's always different. And that's okay. It's okay. But in terms of sealing, use something that's non-yellowing. That should go without saying. And then the other thing you want is you want to use something that gives it a UV protection coat. A UV protection coat means that when it gets into the sun, it's not going to break down as fast as it would without it. Give it that little bit of a head start. What do I recommend? I'll pick it up. It's holding the door open, but it'll be okay. Do I ever use? Absolutely not, David. That's it's an exciting idea, but it's not for me. What I do is I will use the abundant love I have for my enemies to motivate me to create something that hopefully one day they'll love and improve their life from. That's what I use. This one here, golden. This is what I use. This isn't for all paintings. This is just for this one. This is I Am a Kiwi, sorry, Asher. This is gloss UV top coat, so it's a clear acrylic gel with UV protection. Is it going to stop 500 years of direct sunlight? No. Is it going to give you a good coat for the next 20 years? Yeah, that'll do the trick. But the problem with this stuff is it's slightly thick. Is this a real live CJ? Yeah, come on, give me a break, give me a break. It wouldn't be lagging so terribly if it wasn't a real live. Sorry, gloss UV top coat. This stuff's great, but it does add a gloss sheen. So if you've worked hard on the textures across the top of your painting, this stuff here is going to butcher that for you because it's going to re-alter all your textures. So what does that mean? You have to use top coats, but you can't just think, I'm going to add mediums into the paint while you're making the painting. You have to think, right, this is where we do a little bit of craft, where we think, okay, where do I want the gloss levels to be? How am I going to use a top coat to do that? And how I'm going to structure my colours through the paint as I go. So the painting's random itself, but make sure your mediums are good. These mediums, what you splice into the paint and how you make the paint behave, don't make that chaos. That's craft. Get really, really good at how you use your paint. Like your top coats, like your mediums, and understand exactly what's going to happen. Once you know exactly how things work, then you can be truly random. That's what I reckon. Get into that gouache, absolutely. But this isn't a painting instructional channel, guys. Please, 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 please. And don't take my stuff as gospel. It is literally grain of salt. You'll hear 500 different pieces of advice from 500 different people. We're just here to give you the love for painting, and if you have the love for it, then you can take that away and learn everything you need to know from a YouTube video. Seb just learns as he goes. Absolutely. If you end a painting and you haven't learned something, that painting missed out on something. You want to keep on learning, you want to keep on growing, and if you let paintings just slip you by, and you're not learning anything inside them, it's risking the fact that you might start ending up with getting involved in the craft of painting rather than the creativity of painting. Make a couple of mistakes, go wild. What other colours are you using for this painting? Ooh, I'm not sure yet. And hello, Bon 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 Bon. That is a fun profile picture. I like your style. And have you used clear opal or diamond lanini? I have not, but they sound really fun. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to chuck down that plate. And I have a little cloth around here somewhere that I always misplace. Oh. Put it somewhere I was going to remember it. Forgot all about it. How about that? Here we go. Bob Ross, what have they done to you? Well, not Bob Ross, but it's very different from Bob Ross actually. This is much more chaotic, much more messy, much more silly. So who knows? I'll just check YouTube quickly. That's still the Crash Bandicoot comment. That's very fun. I'm glad it's still at the top. Now let's go over here. Just going to grab some white on this tray now. Same tray as before, but now with white. And I'm going to surround it with a whole bunch of gloss gel. Spreads the paint out further, dilutes the paint a little bit. Here we go. Love popping to see what you're doing. Thanks, Bon Bon. Appreciate that. Good to have you popping by. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, our picture's gone. What are we gonna do? Dum 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 dum. La da dee da da. Let's see if it's gonna stick up there. There we go. Hello, LJ. How you doing? Good to have you in here. And now we're gonna get these foothills. Gonna get the foothills. Good to see you too. You like this paint? Cheers, Pink. Also, Pink, I want to give you a big thank you for being a subscriber. You're an absolute champion. It's been phenomenal having you here from the start. And I've enjoyed having you around. You're an absolute legend. So, just want to let you know that. Now, let's push that in there. Do you ever use gold leaf? I never do, but I do have my own stuff over here. I will show you. I will show you. I have a little bottle that I like to use. This is gold metallic medium. So this will behave like gold leaf, but it's not gold leaf. You add it into the paint and use it just like I use my other mediums, and it makes it glisten over the surface. Everyone sings my name, it's hilarious, and y'all sound the same. Bon Bon? I'm not sure how you sing that. Anyway, I have my own little gold trick. Everyone has their own little tricks. Gold and metallic surfaces are interesting. Everyone chops and changes with the methods they use to actually construct them, and that's totally okay. But for me, I like... There we go. There we go. For me, I like to use that paint. The paint medium stuff. That does the trick for me. We just seen it before the picture fell, was I? Bon, 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 bon. I don't know how I was seeing it. My memory doesn't serve. But, hope I was singing it well. Oh, that's a good flick of this. Oh, there we go. That's the posture we needed. Standing up nice and tall to get the paint on the canvas. Oh. Oh. Ah. Dun, da, 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 da. That goes through there like that. And then that hand comes up here like that. And that comes over here like that. Bada bing! The gold paint sounds a lot less messy than gold leaf. Yeah, probably is. Doesn't mean gold leaf's not good though. I haven't used gold leaf a whole lot, and so I might use it and swear by it. So if you're enjoying it, please don't take what I say as gospel. I think it's time for some blonde highlights in my hair. Well, my hair is slowly going blonde because the shampoo I have in the shower that I use is blonding shampoo. Not by design, by pure chance, but it's fun. So my hair, at least until that tube runs out, is slowly turning blonde. Ooh. Bada bing bum boom. La da 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 da. Ooh ah. Ooh 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 ah. Mm 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 mm. You're going silver. Oh, that's cool. Silver fox. That's what that's all about. Embrace that. There we go. You should have a couple of options as you start going silver. Do you like hold it back and then let it take over? Or do you actually just dye early so you go suddenly silver? And so then everyone doesn't see you slowly going silver wondering, oh, what's Brian going to do about it? They're like, boof, Brian's a silver fox. And then they all just get used to you having silver hair long before you actually have a full head of the silver hair. You're only 36. I know a lot of people who've got silver hair all through their hairs, all through their head in their early 30s. 32, 29. You just gotta love it while you've got it for as long as you can, and when you don't have it, try not to miss it too much. And that's the best we can do in all aspects of life. There we go. That's what I reckon. White hair has nothing really to do with age. My nephew was born with a couple of white hairs. Wild. Ba-da bing bum boom. Da 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 da. Coming in close here. It's very nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So some lovely comments coming in from YouTube there, guys. Oh, getting off my bum. There we go. Ooh, I don't know what I've been told. Dun, 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 dun. Looks like acrylics. Ooh, you sneaky, sneaky person. Yes, they are acrylics. You have guessed correctos. I try and hide it so much with my special mediums, and you've got me. You've got me. You're just too good at spotting things. We might have to pause this one shortly though, and give it some time to dry. I was listening to the script today as well. That was pretty fun. She's all laid up in bed with a broken heart. It's funny, every time you listen to a script song, you hear, hello Brian, hello. Every time you hear a script song, whether it's that, like The Man Who Can't Be Moved, going back to the corner where I first saw you. All these songs, when you first hear them, or when you listen to them again, you're literally like, oh my god, like, you find parts of your life that just match into it, and you just fall in love with the song. And you're like, the script, you know, me and the script have that connection. Or like, you just, yeah, it's funny, but obviously if anyone did what The Man Who Can't Be Moved did, and went to hang out on a street corner until the girl who's no longer with him changed her mind and went back to see him, that would be considered crazy. But you know what? When he sings about it in the song, I'm all for it. Go back to that street corner, baby. Start waiting. Thanks, Ashley. Appreciate that. Well, since this cowboy theme painting, you can use a country song for the real. That's true. What's that song? Big and Rich, the cowboy song about the save a horse, ride a cowboy. That's the one. When I walk into the room, passing out $100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like my horns on my Silverado grill. I don't know the words. And I buy the bar a double round of Crown, and everybody's getting down in this town. Ain't never gonna be the same. I know that part. Love the colour palette. Thanks, Miss D. Thanks, Eileen. Is that a Western landscape? I would call it. Now, the two characters are posing for the photo, which would indicate portraiture, but it's from a distance with enough stuff in the picture that it's trying to construct a scene, so you could call it a genre pick. But if you did the scales on it, there's more landscape in it than anything else, you know, probably about 60 to 70% landscape. So it's a landscape pick. So what that means is it's your pick. You get to decide whatever you want is the truth. And I can't tell you otherwise. Because all those reasons are as equally compellingly right. I'd probably tilt towards cowboy portrait though. But they're all correct. When God showers, oh, jeebus jeez. Is that CG? CG. Kelsey Goodman. There we go. That's what we'll go with. Dun, 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 dun. Did I get it right? Kelsey Goodman Pixie. Proud of myself. Here we go. And if I every day I look across the office floor, there you are. If you haven't heard of Flight of the Conchords, definitely worth going to listen to them. They're very funny. Y'all. Yeah, y'all indeed. It's funny, I think this whole husband thing and this marry me thing, that sort of started in the last few years, right? That wasn't really a thing for everyone. I think everyone's just gone nuts on that recently. Is it like it's like a new phrase. It's been like normalized. When I was a teenager, saying marry me was a big deal. That was really drawing a line in the sand and saying, you know, this is where I stand. And now we'll say it for just about anything. Wild. Yeah, meanwhile, divorce rates are higher than ever. Yeah, that's wild. That's tough too. What do you blame that on? I don't know. At the end of the day, statistics aside, you just need to try your best. And that's all that your partner and you in the mirror in the morning, where it matters the most, can ask for. There we go. Beautiful. I love those jeans. Me too, actually. I'm a big fan of these ones. Big fan of these ones. I think they cost me $10. $10 from that op shop. So a little higher than my usual rate, but you know what? We'll take it. Oh. Da 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 da. Here we go. Coming off my knees. There we go. There are tons of cowboys here in Idaho. There are cowboys all over the States. The States is home for cowboys. Can't jump up 2 feet without knocking the hat off someone. Everyone's wearing one. And that's cool. I like that. Keep doing you. Don't ever change. I like the cowboy hat thing. Kyle? Yeah, well, if you go to a second-hand shop, you can get them for cheap. Thanks, Mason. Appreciate that. We're getting some love coming through on YouTube. Basically, I got the YouTube playing too, so if anyone misses the live on TikTok, it'll be permanently available on YouTube as well. So, that's fun. Alright, let's get this in here. Ooh. Ah. There we go. He's a cow. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They're never at home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Bows and old faded Levi's. Each night begins a new day. I'll tell you what, if you want me to get a jeans sponsorship, you should get in touch with a jeans company and say, I've talked to Seb, he's pretty keen. And yeah. But honestly, I typically buy all my clothes from op shops, so I've got a good thing going. I think I'll maintain that. I think that's a good plan. Binge the show again. All good.
Can I please have the chat?
Of course you can. Of course you can. Oh, let me just grab this. Here we go. Perfect dose. Alright, and what's our battery life looking like? I think we're alright. We're all good right now. Emailing. Cheers, Alex. Appreciate you. The good thing about jeans from op shops though, guys, is that jeans from op shops have already been stretched out by another owner. Now that's really, really cool because that means when you try them on, you're not wondering about them changing in the wash like denim can sometimes do. It's going to fit you the way it fitted you in the store. And so, buy what feels nice, buy what fits, and it is that size. Brilliant. Singing with Seb and some painting. I'm trying to get some painting done. I feel like I'm having a real successful time at the moment. We're really pulling in the shape of this painting. Coming into context, never thought of that, but it's actually true. Yeah, really. And if you want some really good ones, typically, like you don't want to say, I don't want to keep going through. Typically in op shops, I'll say this, typically in op shops, the jeans section's humongous. There's tons and tons of pairs of jeans. So filter through them. They're usually all in sizes and no one wants jeans. So you just scroll through them, there's your size, 34, grab them out, try them on, bang, 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 bang. When one fits right, walk away with it. And then the other thing you can do is go to recycle boutiques because they typically sell some more high quality secondhand goods and they'll charge more, but you'll still get fresh and good pair of jeans. Funny thing about jeans too, jeans are not like shirts. If they're faded, it's all good, baby. Faded jeans, apparently that's fashionable. I didn't invent fashion, but faded's good. Alright, let's have a look-see here. Ba-da-da-da. La-da-da-dum-dum-dum. Da-dee-dee-dee-doo. Wa-da-da-da-doo. There's that hand there. Stroke that. Get some paint there. Get some paint there, there, and then across here like this. There we go. Alright, just dabs of it. Worn-in shirts, the best. Are they though? I like a shirt that's from an op shop that hasn't been worn too much. I'm going to take this one down now, guys. It needs to get some greys, whites, and baby blues into it, and that'll have some big changes in it. But until that happens, it needs a bit of a pause. And I've got paint all over my paint trays that I want to use. So, oh, not that one. Lift that up there. Lift this one off here, if it'll come with me. There we go. 1 and 2 with me, and this can come down here and go down there. Alright, next painting. This is where we get a little bit wild. I've got 2 paintings I'm working on. I was gonna get out fresh canvas, but do we do it? Temptation is there. I think we'll attack our waterfall, although I feel bad with the lack of Victoria, being that she loves this painting. But anyway, she can be surprised by what is to come. That's what we'll do. 1 second. Da 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 da. La da da dee da do da da. Ba da da boo. Ba da da bee. That's probably up a little bit too high. Bring that down there. I'm just going to loosen that one off there. Down we come a little bit. How are we sitting there? A little bit more actually. We'll keep coming down. There we go. Down to there. That's low enough. Any lower than that, it's going to leave my eyesight, which will be a disaster. Alright, this is our waterfall painting. It is wild. It is free. It is all the things we want it to be. It is wild. It is free. La da do da 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 dee. Okay. Waterfall painting. Waterfall. Let's go like this. Da da ding da do. Ooh. I've got someone reaching out to me on the website, guys. Give me a second. I try and reply immediately to people who are trying to figure out stuff via the website. Like on here. What was that there? Shades blue and green. Yeah, it's looking cool. It's had a coat over the top now, so it looks extra glassy. And then we can start adding a few little patches of detail to get it on its way. Thanks, Ashley. Appreciate that. Hey, Scud. Long time no see. Hope you're looking after yourself. Nice. Someone's just asking questions about the stuff in the shop, but they've said no hurry, and so we will not hurry. Let's go like that. We'll come back here, aim this up. There we go. Perfect. Right, paint palette. It's going to be bright, it's going to be wild, it's going to be those reds and those... Let's get this up here. What colours we're using now? We're going to really capture sunlight pink, and we're going to do it with our same colour palette we were just attacking a cowboy pick with. If I could read your thoughts, dear, what a tale it would tell. Ah, that's very good. A little bit of filtered coffee in a little mug. Alright. Now, let's get that saturated colour popping off the page. You could read my thoughts, dear. What a story it could tell. Alright. A bit more colour there, the tiny mug, yeah. It's a good mug, pink. It is a good mug. It ticks all the boxes. Na. There we go, mix that in there. If you could read my mind, girl, what a tale it could tell. You sound like a creepy old lady. Well, you might. I missed your comment. But is this an impressionistic style of painting? It's... If you were to throw a definition at it, you'd probably put it into modern impressionism. But it's basically the complete opposite of paint by numbers. We're just trying to be a little bit wild, a little bit chaotic, and we're trying to capture, most importantly, We're trying to capture something raw and real, with no smoke and no mirrors. No trying to hide behind craft or some paint by numbers nonsense. We're trying to make something real in this and this alone. So when you see it, you, through the art, can connect not only a little bit with the artist, but with a little bit of human expression that's not trying to deceive you, that's just trying to be honest, and it's trying to just share some vigor and some vitality with you. That's what we're trying to do with this art style. So it fits into a lot of buckets, but the bucket it's really trying to land in is the one that just makes the world and you just a little bit better having seen it. That's what it wants to be. So, messy, wild, and raw. Dun 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 dun. La da 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 da. Wa da 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 da. Boo da 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 da. Just checking in here. Mason, great question. I will say, Mason's asking from YouTube there, why do I use a plate? Why do I use a plate? I use a plate, Mason, because I love the way the paint lands on plate. It doesn't dry too much. It mixes well. You can clean the plate. You can get plates from op shops. They're easy to hold, they're harder to drop. They're a little bit heavier. It's alright, you'll get used to it. Doesn't have to go through your thumb like those annoying pallets do. And they're in abundance everywhere you go. But pallets sometimes are not. So I reckon get used to the pallet game. Yeah, true. You're on porcelain, not plastic. Paint feels better on porcelain, guys. It really does. Hello! JGJR. No, I have not been to Vegas yet. Oh no, well, I've been to Vegas. But I have not been in the recent times. Not for about 3 or 4 years. Naughty me. Here we go. Adding those sun-kissed highlights. You can read my mind, girl. What a tale it would tell. I'm sorry. Thinking of coming to New Zealand next year. Well, that's fantastic. You'll love the coffee over here. And when did I start painting? This is a good question. Ever since I was a little itty bitty boy. I've been painting for a long time. But painting's what I love. Painting's what I do. And I am just so lucky to be at the right age of 30 and having been quite convinced that I found what I want to do with my life. So, well, that I found a part of what I want to do with my life. It's pretty awesome that you've come a long way since then. Yeah. Yes, this is true. Coming up on 31. Closing in on it. Day by day. I think we're closer to 31 now than we are to 30. We're about to cross that bridge of adolescence. No, I've already crossed that. The bridge to adulthood. Oh, I've already crossed that. We're about to cross a bridge to the 30s, late 30s, slowly. Started selling them. I've been selling them all my life, but probably you mean when I went full-time selling paintings. Maybe I went from part-time to full-time about 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, and that was fun. Hello, Al. How you doing? Thank you. Appreciate you. Here we go. You could read my mind, girl. This is a very, very nice colour. I'm enjoying this beautiful yellow. Hello, yellow. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. There we are. Alright, I'm going to keep splashing it around. Cheers, Mason. Mason's on YouTube, saying nice things. If you do miss these replays, guys, they are available on YouTube. That's why we're double platforming it right now. Is it hard to sell? I mean, you could say it's hard to sell paintings. You could also say it's hard to be a builder. You could say it's hard to be a plumber. You could say it's hard work being an athlete. You could say it's hard work being a librarian. You could say it's hard work being a truck driver, trying to stay up long hours, driving across the country, spending nights away from your family, not being able to start a family, being a military man, being overseas, being away from your loved ones. Everything's hard in its own way. If your only quandary with painting is selling them, if that's the biggest struggle you face, you are on a good trajectory. Everyone's like, that's the hardest part. No, the hardest part's actually painting. Actually removing that self-doubt from your mind and enjoying your craft. Making something that you can actually love. Feeling confident enough to expose yourself through it and show it to others. This is the real challenge. If you can do that, don't worry about the selling, that'll come real naturally. Or that'll come easy compared to the actual. You've got to put yourself out there is the most important thing. That's the biggest challenge with painting. Because, like I was saying this morning, the toughest part is exposing your weaknesses through your art. Knowing your weaknesses, allowing strangers, others to see them, and then through seeing them, you can have that connection, but terrifying to do so. Terrifying to do so. Being vulnerable is the key to good art. Not just the key to good art. Being vulnerable is the only key to great art. Figure out how to expose that. Figure out how to show that and to connect with others through that. Because deep down, innately, we are all vulnerable. We all have insecurities. We all have the same innate truths that we'd love to connect to others with. But most of us are too terrified of it. We'll put up smoke, we'll put up mirrors, we'll confuse ourselves with different attitudes and different bravados of different kinds. But when you run across raw, authentic honesty, it hits you like a train. You can't avoid it. And the more people you can run into that are raw and honest with you, the more happy and fulfilled your life is going to be. So try and drop the smoke and mirrors, try and drop the bravado, try and drop the shields that you've spent so long, in some cases decades and decades of your life building up. Try and drop them so you can actually connect with people properly and be real for a moment. Because man alive, you'll never feel better. Never. The only reason why you wouldn't is you're too terrified and insecure that someone will actually see who you are and be disgusted by it. And that's a rational fear. That is a rational fear. But I can't tell you how to get past it, but you need to. Otherwise, you run a much more terrifying fear. Laying there on your deathbed at the age of 75 or 80, looking back on your life and realising you'd lived it to others' expectations, having never ever encountered that fear. And rather than facing that one terrifying instance where someone might see you and be horrified by what they see, you can look back on 70 years of regret, having never done it. So that's up to you. And I can't tell you which one you should do. I can just tell you which one I prefer you did. Alright. Reds in this painting. So we're sun-kissing it, is what we're doing. We're putting it sun-kissed. So you'll see the sun sort of coming through here and down through here. All over the mountain tops. We've got the water cascading here, but the sun is kissing on top of the water and taking that little bit of control. It's definitely coming along. Thanks, Pink. Thank you, Pink. Let's have a look-see here. Dancing, dancing, dancing. And if I, all you need is love. All you need is love. Love is just a game. I was meant for loving you, baby. You were meant for loving me. The only way of loving me, baby, is to pay a lovely fee. Just one night, just one night. Elephant Love Melody is an absolute slapper of a song. What a tune. What a tune. That looks like one of the waterfalls in Washington State. Well, if you've picked it, you're the first person to pick it. I'll need to double check. I'll check the reference data afterwards, but if you're correct, whee, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Do I have Facebook, Jacob? You'll find all my social media links in the link in the bio. Find the one you're after and connect. There's even threads now. You like threads? Of course you do. Threads is all good. Zuckerberg Twitter. I'm a fan. There's Twitter, there's Threads, the YouTube, TikTok. I guess you probably figured out the TikTok one by now. Now what else is there? There's oh, I forget. All the platforms. There's all the things, guys. All the things. Did I say double checked? I may have. Depends, I forget the context of half the things I say. Terrified if someone started pulling out like quotes, like going, look, you contradicted yourself here. You said this, and then you said this, and I'll be like, yep, not even going to argue. That sounds like me. They'll be like, are you aware that this contradicts itself? I'm like, if it didn't, it wouldn't be me. There we go. All right, we've been live for 90 minutes. Congratulations, everyone. Hope everyone's having. Ooh, almost touched my shirt there. Hope everyone's having a good time too. Wherever you are in the world, hope you're looking after yourself. If it's the morning, have yourself a coffee, brew it strong, and then if you're in the evening, have a cup of tea, or, I don't know, whatever you like to have in your evenings. Tea, martini. Can you please do this emoji, please? I'll subscribe. I can't do the emoji on the phone right now because it's doing a live thing, but it's a cool emoji, so you're welcome to subscribe if you'd like to. And well, unless you're famous, then you can pay it. And so, yeah, that's true. That happens. Anyway, sorry guys, just having a yarn with the people on YouTube. Something about selling a dot for $1 million. The problem with the selling a dot for $1 million, everyone's like, oh, I wish I could just paint a dot on a wall and sell it for $1 million. And it's like, it's not. You're like, if you put a dot on a piece of paper, would you prefer to have the dot or prefer to have $1 million? Of course you want $1 million, of course you do. Now, you need to change the psychology of your art and the way you produce it, and that the value of your art is the amount of money you're willing to refuse in order to keep it. That's the value of your art. And there's a dollar right there, a grey area in between. Is it $200? Is it $500? Is it $750? Is it $7,500? Is it $15,000? Whatever amount it's on, where you'll be happier to keep your art than take the money, now you've got the right value. And Jade, your subscription is expiring in 48 hours. First off, Jade, I am so happy to have you a subscriber. You're an absolute legend. And there's no need to resubscribe. It's totally okay. But the fact that you were a subscriber, I love you to bits. And I appreciate your support. Every single morning. You are one of many reasons that I managed to get out of bed and paint and make art and try and make other people happy. All of you guys. So, appreciate you to the ends of the planet. Alrighty, tatty. Alrighty, tatty, tatty. Let's get some of this in the sky. In the sky full of stars. I was going to be on for 6 hours today too, guys. I was supposed to be. But what happened was the Wi-Fi was playing up, which we've now experienced here together as well. So, Wi-Fi plays up. All of a sudden, we are dealing with trying to get the router going again. And I thought I nailed it. Turns out I didn't. And so, it's just cutting out here and there. I'm going to get a longer Ethernet cable. Wow, he went skydiving. I like it. I like it. Going to get a longer Ethernet cable and bring the thing in here. Put it beside me. No, I haven't, Jade. I haven't had a marathon today, but I'm just sharing live with everyone at the moment, doing a few pieces of work here. But no, it's really special, guys, because like I talk about, art's not about making money. You make money to make the art, and it's really special when we do get things like when you support through print sales or you support through subscribing, and that allows us to do all sorts of different projects and escapades that save me from, running off on things that may not just be pure art to try and make ends meet. So it's really cool. You put bread on the table, so I can put fun on yours. I love that. I really love that. It's so cool to actually it is so incredibly special to be able to sit down in the morning with like a bowl of porridge and be like, this bowl of porridge is here and the roof is there because someone in the world got something. Like I traded imagination, inspiration, joy and vitality and everything I love and what I do. I managed to give someone enough value through that to put this porridge in front of me or to put the roof above my head. That's special. And especially if that thing you're doing it with is your dream. Oh, that's rocket fuel. It's absolute rocket fuel. So, pretty cool. Like the painting bag, it comes full circle. Yeah, this is true. What do you do with days when you're not painting? Shama Louise, I'm always painting. If I'm not painting, I'm typically going around to the liquid glass studio and checking things that have got liquid glass coats going on to layer them up. I'm getting boards and priming them, putting clear gesso coats on them, sanding them, cutting them to the right sizes, putting gesso coats that are white on them, like the Abraham Lincoln down here. I'm going into the framing store and I'm getting things framed up. I'm testing out new frames and finding out new ways to do that. I'm talking with clients via emails. I'm editing reels. My God, that takes a while when you're an idiot. And I'm sorting out my paint supplies. A lot of cleaning. A lot of the time we get hung up thinking that, we'll just let the place get messy and keep going. No. Keep cleaning. Keep the floor clean, keep the paint tubes clean, keep everything in order so you can put chaos here. If the chaos goes here and all in the room around you, it's going to come into your brain, and then all you're going to be able to do on your actual work is this very, very strangled craft. Control everything out there so you can release yourself here. Or at least that's the way I like to do it. That's where my mind's at. So I get what you're saying. I'm art and I'm always painting. Like, yeah. So obviously, guys, it's also important to do things like family, friends, and these sorts. But at the end of the day, you need to make sure your craft is the thing that vitalizes you. That when you do it, you become more. That's when you've got the right thing. If when you do it, you're less, that's a form of sacrifice. Sacrifice doesn't have longevity. Sacrifice is a firework, sacrifice is martyrism. Your craft, whatever it is, your art form, your creativity, your thing that you love, when you do it, imagine as you're doing it, you're pouring a cup, maybe you're helping others. Whatever it is, you have to be filling your cup. Helping others is a fun one because you're sort of pouring into other people's cups but filling yours simultaneously. But as long as whatever you love actually rejuvenates you, this is longevity and this is a positive thing to put love into, to get involved in. Otherwise you're going to burn out. They talk about things like burnout. Watch out for burnout, watch out for this. You get burnout when you're doing something that doesn't rejuvenate you. If it rejuvenates you, you don't get burnt out, you just get overloaded with when I say overloaded, you just get a fully charged battery of love that's totally up there on 100% the whole time, going ding, 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 that you're charging forward with. So, that's what I reckon anyway. That's what I reckon. Right. Adding some paint down. Can I do a bear, please? We've got a request on YouTube for me to paint a bear. Well, we're not going to paint a bear right now. We'll continue with the waterfall. But, that being said, maybe, I think the next painting we're going to do is going to be an Ooga Booga. I think that sounds like fun, actually. Or Crash Bandicoot. We'll see what we can get. We'll see what we can get. Rice, why do you like this? Honestly, Rice, I hope it's in a platonic way, by the way, but probably the reason why is there's so much smoke and mirrors on social media. It's fun when someone, be it a weird Kiwi guy, doesn't matter, is being as raw and as honest as possible, because that honesty is refreshing. It's really refreshing, and jeepers, there's all sorts of things out there now. There's like AI filters, if you completely can change your face, change everything. You think, yeah, it's okay, but what about just authentic human expression? What about just being real? What about just being whoever you are and owning it? Because the AIs, yes, it does make it more beautiful in terms of what a robot wants to see. Yeah, AI's got its definition of beautiful, and it's going to make it that, and it's going to nail that definition. But the thing that makes you, the authentic you, the honest you, the raw you, it's going to take that from you and it's going to throw that away and show it to no one. And once it does that, you'll be wondering why you're not connecting with people, finding your own people, why it's become harder to do so. Because that AI, that algorithm, that program, pushed it further away than it has ever been. And how dare it do that? So, obviously, if you want to use it, go for gold, but, because it is pretty fun. But what I'm saying is don't let it get in the way of you truly expressing who you are. Always make sure that's authentic and going out there, because there is not enough time on planet Earth to not be finding people who you love and to not express yourself for who you are. There is just not enough time. Alrightio. All the stars and then the stars and dun dun. Ooh. Alrighty tighty. A little bit in here. And the stars and the little skies. There we go. Up into the skies you go. Up into the sky you go. Oh. Ooh. There we go. And we are going to pause there, you bunch of wildcats. It's been fun. I might come back later, but let me cure this Wi-Fi bane first. I have to scurry off because I have to make dinner and I've got it roll around to 7 PM, so I haven't got much more time. And I've got to smash that out. Thanks, Pink, you champion. So what we're going for here is, if you look at it, you'll see the greens underneath, lots and lots of shades of green. So we've got about 12 different pigments of green as the base coat layers, and they even mix as well. So we've got even more shades from those pigments, hues from the pigments. And then after that, we've got these blues, which create this cascading waterfall. And the thing we've done now, layer of liquid glass to separate the actual textures, And then we've added in this intense sun rays of tans. Same stuff we were using for the cowboy, with the idea that you see nature, water cascading out of it, and light, sun rays, bang, hitting onto it, as if you almost opened up an exploding paint bucket onto the mountains and it hit it in a 3D sort of way. And all the while, all through it, wild and abstract, chaotic paint, all directions, looking crazy without form, trying to be the most complete opposite thing of paint by numbers you've ever seen. So when you're close to it, it looks like an absolute mess. And only when you stand away do you see it all connect with a feeling of harmony. This is where we're at. Steve, I was hoping you were here. I hope you caught the start, because we've put a layer down on two cowboys. Layer of liquid glass to separate the textures, and then a layer more of our, sorry for clapping, tan colours. And then baby blues, greys and whites, just to pull the last few things into definition, and then we can start having some fun with some more layering. That's where that one's at right now. Ashley, thank you so much. Thanks for joining in. Pink, you're an absolute champion. Victoria's gone, but that's okay. Guys, I have to go make dinner. I'm going to go smash that out. Thank you very much. I hope wherever you are in the world, Jay Smith, good to see you there as well. And Ryan, cheers, mate. And I will see you guys next time. I will try and get the Wi-Fi sorted so that next time we can actually be live for longer, because 2 hours is good, but I think it needs to be like 3.5. That way you can like come in and go when you feel like it. But anyway, it's all good. Thanks, Jay. Catch you later. See you guys. Bye for now. All right, let's go like that, and let's go.